Evening peeps, welcome back to the channel, welcome back. So tonight I've got round 2 of TANSO Racing Group's CHewitt Racing Mini Cooper Cup. The We Are Driven team you've just seen the little clip for, we're still pushing Archie's Journey. In fact, where's that? Let me turn that off, turn that on. Get yourselves over to Archie's Journey on Facebook. Get yourselves over to We Are Driven on Facebook. Get yourselves over to Bradley Lowry Foundation on Facebook. Go drop some likes. Justgiving.com/campaign/Archie's Journey. Drop a little donation if you can. Thank you very much. That's what we're pushing. Go check it out on Just Giving. Go read up all about it. And Archie's Journey Facebook and Bradley Lowry Foundation Facebook. Go. Right. God damn it, Royal Mail. God damn it. No t-shirts today. Got me stickers, but no t-shirts. I'm upset. Next. Right, let's run through some scores. Let's make those a little bit bigger so my old man eyes can read them. We've got Rob Scott out front with 40. Oh, apologies. We've got joint leaders. He'll be upset with me about that. Cutler 182 and Rob Scott both on 40 points. Let's not upset the apple cart on round 2, shall we? D-Dot sitting in third, then he's on 30 points. We've got Graham Reed's fourth with 26 points, 25 points, so just 1 point behind is Luke Doherty. Let's see how he gets on with his tie-wear this week. Mark Parker Sierra T is on 22 points for 6th. We've got One Eye Lou in 7th with 19 points. Also on 19 points is KJM 100. We've got Cash Converter in 9th with 16 points. Bajonski with no points. Let's find that bottom blam. So we jump down to Chanel. No points for Chanel. No points for Clayton. No points for Soul Stealer. 2 vacant seats at the minute. We have got a couple of new drivers in the lobby tonight. Let's go and have a look. Who have we got then? One Eye Lou, we've got Duds back in the house. Good to see him back. Cutler, we've got D.90. We've got One Eye Lou, we've got Old Crawler 1958. Bit of an old crawler if that's a birth year. We've got Waldy. We've got Graham, we've got Rob, we've got Luke Doherty, and we've got Pajonski. So 10 drivers on track so far. You may get 1 or 2 more join. We'll see. I think they've just started quali, so we'll get ourselves on. Turn the usual bump on for you lot. So D-Dot first man out on track. I was lied to. I'm going to have to rejig my jiggity jig because my post is wrong. I thought we were at Tokyo. We're not. We're at Suzuka. So we're not smashing into walls tonight. Well, D-Dot might be. No, he's managed to avoid that. So that's his first hot lap ruined. So 2 races for you guys tonight. We've got a bit of a qualifier and then a 15-minute sprint race into a 30-minute feature. Medium tyres for qualifying and first race, and then they switch to different strategies for race 2. Hards, mediums, softs and super softs available. So yeah, I've lied to you lot. It's not Tokyo at all. I'm gonna have to look at changing that on the fly. Can I do that on the fly? Yes, I can. Hold on, I can't spell and talk at the same time, people. Blammo. Did that work? Yeah, see, what a genius. Knows what he's talking about. He's missing all hot laps though. Rob Scott's come through. So we're at the short course of Suzuka, which is just the S's, and then the final it's the corner with no name. You know, like in the Harry Potter, nobody likes talking about this corner. But Rob Scott's joint current championship leader, apologies, is holding pole position with a 55.4 at the minute. Luke Doherty in second with a 55.5. Cutler 182 is in third with a 55.5. Not very far behind Luke Doherty at all. They're going to be very close lap times here, a very short circuit. Johnski in fourth, he's on a 55.6. Duds a 56.0. We've got One Eye Lou on a 56.3. D-Dots. I just missed Graham Reed's jumping in the way there. The Graham Reed's getting on 56.1. One Eye Lou on that 56.3. D-Dots on a 56.4. Old Crawler on a 58.1. Waldy a 107.9. That's final turn, that is, or turn one. Unless he's not getting the S's right. Mark Parker on 17, no hot lap from him yet. Oh, there we go, 57.2, so he sticks himself into ninth. Let's go for a bit of an onboard lap with Mark while we're there. So heading down towards turn one. Catch the apex on the inside, let it run wide to the outside, back over to the second apex. Gotta be careful not to hit that AstroTurf on the way through that turn as well. Heading up towards the S's then. Again, grabbing as much curb through these as possible. Not slinging it off the circuit either. Into these off-cambered S's. And then just this final one to go. The normal Suzuka track peels off to the left here, but we're going to peel off to the right. This is the turn that nobody likes to talk about because it's just dirty and it's off camber and it's easy to run yourself wide through there. A lot of time going to be lost. You're going to see one or two drivers getting bumped wide there, I can imagine. Mark Parker sticks in a 56.9 on that lap. Down for the count. Evening, brother. How you doing? So Rob Scott still holding that top spot. Why didn't it go to Rob Scott then? Move. He's gone a bit quicker. 55.3. Luke Doherty's second then with that 55.5, and he was moaning about tyre wear and not being as competitive. Oh, who's that gone flying off circuit? I don't know. Yeah, so you get it a tiny bit wide through turn one. Let's go on board with Cutler. See if we can change that angle up a little bit. Just the AstroTurf on the outside of this turn. You catch a couple of wheels on that, and that's it. Traction lost, and away you go. Not quite as devastating in these little minis, but in some of the faster cars, it's certainly a trip to the wall. So current joint championship leader, Cutler at 182, sitting in third at the minute. I've got to keep getting that right, because if I don't keep saying it, I'll either get harassed by Rob Scott or harassed by Cutler. Both drivers on 40 points after round one. Johnski coming in the pits then for a set of boots. Cutler also in the pits for a fresh set of boots. Short laps here then at Suzuka. One Eye Lou in the full black livery, the matte black as well. Looks quite meaty, that does. It Schultz returning 56.0, not managing to better that lap 2 time. 7th position for him currently. Graham Reed's 8th. He's just chucking himself in the pits as well for another set of tyres. Mark Parker still 9th. He's gone a little bit quicker. 0.4 of a second, but still 9th for him at the minute. Waldy, he's also gone quicker, 56.7, so he's 10th. And then Old Crawler slowly improving, 57.2. See if we can catch where he's getting it all wrong. A lot of drivers very tentative, not taking all the racing, all the racetrack on the way into this turn. So almost coming into it in the middle of the circuit rather than using the curves on the outside. Maybe just a bit tentative through the S's for Old Crawler. Again, not sure how much sim racing's been done. Getting the job done. There's that final turn, look, there's that final turn, there's that final turn. A bit of a bunny hop over the cones as well for Old Crawler, and why not? He sticks himself in a 59.1, so yeah, there's that final turn for you. Try and take it tight on the way in, it spits you out right at the very top of it. You can't get back onto the circuit, you can't pull yourself back onto the circuit to get around the second part, which tightens up. Going to say it looked like Luke Doherty had got pole, but Rob Scott had just come in the pits for a fresh set and he's gone quicker again. 55.1 for Rob Scott. Luke Doherty had also just gone quicker, 55.2. What was Rob Scott's last one? A 55, what was it? 55.3. So Luke Doherty would have taken pole position had it not been for Rob Scott's last lap of 55.198. Looks like it's on between these two. What's the difference between Cutler? He's 1/4 of a second back, Cutler. 55.4, but well renowned for looking after tyres, this man. Luke, how you doing, brother? Rob Scott's just pipped you, Luke. He's just pipped you. There's the man. Luke Doherty. See how his tyres cope this season. See how they cope into turn 1. In fact, let's see how they cope lap 1. They'll be so close together for the whole of lap 1. It could be chaos. I want to know then, Rob Scott, why you've only got dairy milk down one side of your purple rod. There we go, final turn, the one that shall not be named. Luke's putting in purple sectors though, saying he can't be that time, he's out on track again. Through these last couple of S's, can he get them perfectly right? I mean, he's going to be on front row of the grid anyway. Can he get last turn right? It's looking good. How fast is it going to be? How fast is it going to be? 52, 53. Oh, no. 55.480 then for Luke. Let's try again. Turn 1 nicely, runs out all the way wide on the first part of the turn, using all the track on the way out as well. Another purple sector, looking good then, Luke. Just that final turn then was catching him out maybe. Is he going to be purple into this second sector? Timing mark coming through now. Oh no, 1/4 of a second down. 12 minutes into quali then. Still a couple of minutes to get some laps in. Less than 1 minute laps. Oh, a little bit wide there for Luke, trying to use all that track. So starting to look better for Rob Scott for pole position. There you go, running it all the way out wide, catching the apex on the second part, running it all the way out wide on the exit. That's what you want to do. He's saying, forget you, Luke, I'll put in a purple sector and maybe another purple sector and cement my top spot. Bajonski just tucking himself in the pits for a late set of tyres. Obviously cars will be slightly lighter now they've used a bit of fuel. Might be able to go a bit quicker. Rob Scott then cutting the apex of that final turn. Has he done it? No, 55.375 then on lap 13 for Rob Scott. 13 minutes, 2 minutes remaining. Luke settling for second position by the looks of it. Cutler still out on track. He's taken a tenth out of his time between himself and Luke. Can he get himself onto that front row? Not like that, he can't. And with this being such a short track, any mistake, there we go, look, there we go. The corner that shall not be named. I'm just going to call that one Voldemort for the evening, I think. Yeah, the slightest mistake at such a short track, and there's no chance of bettering your time. Not enough corners to make it up for the rest of the circuit. Cutler coming in then, last ditch effort from him. Has he got time? 14.0. Yeah, it's his lobby, so it's... You do get to finish the lap you're on, but he's a little bit far back. I don't think he's going to get round before 15 minutes is over, which means, unless he's a little bit sneaky, he won't get one more lap in to do his hot lap. But it is his lobby. So let's not call him out too much, otherwise he might just take his ball home. Go on, Cutler, we're rooting for you, really. Go on, Cutler. Go on, Cutler. Don't mess this final turn up. There's a bit of ghosting from him. That could be the end of that then. Qualifying over, yes, he's pulling over. So, Rob Scott then. All depends on what they do on these final laps, but Rob Scott's gone quicker. 150, he's gone 55.130. Was almost a whole tenth over Luke Doherty. Luke Doherty just trying to take out as many cones as possible. Pushing one down the track, but he'll end up, yeah, there you go, jumping over that. Cutler's going to be in third then with a 55.3. We've got Bajonski fourth, piling into the wall, trying to cause chaos and mayhem. 55.5 for Bajonski fourth. Dud's fifth, 55.7. Graham Reed sixth with a 55.7. Just going faster right at the end of quali. Pow! Right to the back of D-Dot. One-Eye Lou has got a 55.847. D-Dot's just getting ploughed into. Can't see his fastest lap. What is he? About half a second faster than Mark Parker. He's done a 56.5, so it's about 56 then for D-Dot. Mark Parker ninth. Waldy, again, no hot lap on the board. He's 1.77 seconds back. He's done about 55.7 then, I think. Is it 55.7? 56.7. Apologies for Waldy. And Old Crawler, a 57.2. Sitting in 11th position. But first race of the evening for him. It could be the first race ever. I don't know. Is this the father and son battle? In fact, he's not in here, is he? Cas converter. Or is that the Focuses from last night that's going to end up being a father-son battle? Might be the focuses. Might have got me races confused, peeps. It's easily done. Here we go then, race 1. 15-minute sprint race around here at Suzuka. Get a good shot of the dairy milk wagon. Rob Scott on pole then. Luke Doherty second, Cutler in third. How are they going to get on this short circuit? Like I say, it's going to be tight for the first lap. Let's hope they all make it cleanly. We're going to take ourselves to the back of the pack as well. Change that view up so we can kind of see what's going on into turn 1, see who makes it through, who doesn't. On board with Old Crawler 1958. He's got a good start, pulling all the way up towards Mark Parker already. Oh no, he's backed off. He could have gone down the outside, but no, he's backed off. Just going to let it play out. Doesn't want to cause any issues on his first race by the looks of things. Everyone through turn 1 and pretty cleanly so far. Still a little bit of jostling for position in the mid-pack. Let's get ourselves up front and see what's kicking off. Luke Doherty's managed to fire himself off the line and get himself up to top spot. Rob Scott in second, then Cutler third. Under pressure from Graham Reeves, trying to run him around the outside. It's not going to work through there. Bajonski losing a position then down to 5th. Got D-Dot in 6th as we just come around this final turn. Does everyone make it through there cleanly? Duds comes through in 7th, One-Eye Lou in 8th, Mark Parker in 9th just, Waldy 10th, looking to get past him. Tries to chuck one up the inside. Is he going to make it stick? Mark Parker just going to let it flow around the outside? No, there goes Waldy, out breaks Mark Parker, chucks himself into 9th, loses his penalty at the same time. Old Crawler still hanging on to these 1.6 seconds back at the minute. Back up front, Luke Doherty still leading then, under pressure from Rob Scott. Cutler's managed to pull a bit of a gap from Graham Reeves. Graham Reeves now coming under a bit of pressure from Bajonski. D-Dot, Duds and One-Eyed Lou right in the background of this fight as well. Starting to pull a gap from 9th, 10th and 11th. Rob Scott then's got himself through, taking the lead at final turn. Doherty makes himself known into turn 1. No way he's going to get one down the inside. Cutler runs very wide on the first bit of turn 1. Using all that track though, carry as much speed as possible, closing up on Luke Doherty and Rob Scott in front. Half a second between the top 3. Luke Doherty almost pushing Rob Scott around these S's. So coming into this final turn. Awful corner. The Voldemort turn. Let off the gas, put your brakes on, change gear, do your hair, adjust your mirrors, all sorts of stuff going on through there. Luke Doherty, we'll just jump on board with him as he goes for a bit of a move on Rob. Rob's gone defensive though. It's going to make Luke try and run around the outside. Cutler closing up on these two again through turn 1. As Rob Scott went defensive, that's slowed the pair of them down. Doherty unable to get through at the minute. Let's get ourselves on board with Rob Scott looking back at Luke. Cutler as well, right on Luke's tail. Back through these S's. Final turn to go. Everyone seems to be getting it right in the race. Top 3 then starting to pull a bit of a gap from 4th position. Bajonski. Scott getting a little bit of a gap from Luke Doherty now as well, but he will close that gap up with the slipstream. Let's get ourselves and have a a look through the pack then. So there's the gap developing between third and fourth. D-Dot all over the back end of Pajonski for that fourth position. Dud's looking to hang on to these two as well. One Eye Lou, unfortunately, been dropped from this fight, as has Graham Reeds, down to 8th for Graham. What happened? Didn't see you off track. So Mark Parker 9th, Waldy another 5 seconds back in 10th, and Old Crawler 7.8 back in 11th. Again, not too sure on Old Crawler 1958's racing history, who knows. Doherty's closed that gap right up on Rob Scott then. They've managed to pull a bit of a gap from Cutler. Out of that slipstream range for the time being is Cutler, so Luke Doherty trying to run around the outside of Rob Scott in turn 1. My God, what a move. If this works, he's just had to back out. He's just had to back out. Almost managed to run it around the outside at turn 1. I bet Rob Scott couldn't believe what was happening. So let's just have a quick flick of tyres. Yeah, Pajonski's tyres looking very similar to Luke's. Luke having all sorts of issues last season with tyre wear. Doesn't seem to be predominantly more than anybody else's at the minute. But Rob Scott and Luke Doherty bumper to bumper then as we head into lap 6. Pulling more time from Cutler. Here we go, Pajonski 4th, closing up on Cutler as well. Dud's got himself through to 5th. D-Dot has probably made a little mistake somewhere, dropped a place, apologies. He was over the back end of Pajonski, looking for 4th. And now 6th. One-Eyed Lou holding a bit of a penalty. 7th position for him. He's got Graham Reeds closing up as well, carrying all that speed through turn 1. Putting these medium tyres under some pressure around these S's. Reed slinging one up the inside. One-Eyed Lou though keeps the inside line for the next turn, losing his penalty through there as well. Let's hope that doesn't cause any chaos between himself and Graham Reeds. Graham then up the inside at the end of the lap. It's not worked out though. He's had to drop the speed. Should get a run on him down here. One-Eye Lou. Graham Reeds has gone a bit wide though. One-Eye Lou's going to carry the speed, but Graham Reeds is going to have the line into these S's. One-Eye Lou then has to settle for 8th for the time being. And we've got Mark Parker just in the background of this fight as well for 9th, looking to close up. There's the gap in front, also to the fight for 5th for Duds and D-Dot. Get ourselves have a look at that, shall we? Where is it? Here it is. D-Dot and Duds 5th and 6th. 2nd. Duds should be able to close that gap up nicely down here. Swinging it into turn 1 though. D-Dot's gone wide. He's had to compromise his own line to not. Nearly compromised coming back on the circuit as well. So back on track, not up to full race pace at the minute. He's been compromised through his next turn as well, trying to carry the speed, but he was on completely the wrong line. So Graham Reeds comes back through to take 6th. D-Dot completely offline through these S's. One-Eye Lou comes through as well. Yeah. Corners like this, you get the first one wrong, it just slows you down through every single turn until he can get back on that racing line. He's all over the back of One-Eye Lou though. Picked himself up a penalty on that final turn. Rob Scott then out front. He's got a 2nd over Luke Doherty at the minute. Luke must have made a tiny mistake because Cutler's closed that gap back up as well. Pulled himself out of a bit of pressure from Pajonski at the minute, 1.4 seconds back. big gap back to 5th then. Duds. 7 seconds back for Duds. So Cutler closing the gap up on Luke Doherty. Luke losing more time. Yeah, his tyre's starting to look a little bit beaten up now compared to everybody else's. Johnsky's and Luke's aren't that far apart. He has got more wear on his tyres though. 5.5 minutes remaining. Can he hold out? So Rob Scott with that 1.2 second lead. Cutler closing up again on Luke. He's got that down to 3/4 of a second, right in that slipstream range now. Pulled a more gap from Johnsky, 1.8. It's just stretching 2 seconds between 3rd and 4th. Graham Reed's then back up to 5th. He's got himself past Duds. He's not having any of it tonight, Graham Reed's. So he got 7.9 seconds, 8 seconds to 4th place Bajonski. 12, almost 12.5 seconds off of race lead. But it's only going to take someone to go spinning off at turn 1. That's bringing these guys straight back into the fight. I didn't notice that. Some guys have come in the pits. Rob Scott stopped out. Luke Doherty. Oh no, maybe they hadn't come in the pits. They were just swerving across the track to try and drop the toe, I think. It did look like Luke Doherty and Cutler came peeling out the pit lane. Luke Doherty definitely coming under pressure from Cutler. All over the back of him around here. Is he going to sling one up at the final turn, or is he just going to wait for the start finish straight? Luke's struggling to get around this turn now with his worn tyres. Cutler should make easy work of this. Not as easy as I thought. Luke Doherty managing to keep the speed up as they head down towards turn 1. But pushed it too hard. Off he goes into this outfield there. Now puts himself under pressure from Bajonski for that 3rd position. And now Cutler trying to close that gap up on Rob Scott. 1.9 seconds to the man in front. Only 3 minutes left to do it. Still holding that 3rd position, but here's Bajonski just 0.4 of a second back. Luke Doherty struggling with his tyres. Bajonski's aren't much better, to be honest. If we have a look at Luke's, we'll just jump back to Bajonski. Slightly better than Luke's. See if Luke can hang on to this final podium position. So Rob Scott still got 2.1 seconds over Cutler. Good for him in race 1 at the minute. Luke Doherty having to go defensive from Bajonski. Changing his line, trying to look for a way past Luke Doherty through the S's. Again, very difficult without taking one of you out. Luke just keeping his car in exactly the right position. Bajonski then needs a good exit to try and hang on to the rear end of Luke down here. He didn't get the run last lap. Let's see what he does this time. So he's only 0.3 of a second back. Still don't think he's going to be able to close up enough before turn 1. He's got to go through it all again then, through the S's. Keeping his car on that defensive line. He's not giving Bajonski the look down the inside at any given opportunity. Tiny bit of contact between these two. Johnski then up the inside. Is he going to make it stick? He does. Luke Doherty just struggling a little bit then to carry the speed round there. Johnski kind of helped him a little bit. But racing is racing. Doherty then, is he going to sling one up the inside? No, he backed out of it. Trying to pressure Johnski into a mistake. It's not happened though. Alright, let's get ourselves up front and see what's happening at Rob Scott then. 2.1 second lead still over Cutler. Are these two going to see another lap? 25 seconds remaining. Yes, I think they are. Crawler just staying out of the way of Rob Scott. So coming around that final turn then, Rob crosses the line with 7 seconds remaining. Cutler just makes it over the line. So we're going to see Bajonski come home for third. Then Luke takes fourth. Fortunate for Luke, Graham Reed's coming home for fifth position in the end, avoiding all the cones that have been scattered all around the circuit. One Eye Lou, sorry, takes sixth. D.Dot seventh. Mark Parker's going to come home for eighth in the end. Duds, what happened? Ended up ninth. Oh, look at your tyres. Oh my God. What have you done to those? So ninth for Duds. Waldy comes home 10th. Old Crawler just staying out of the way. Wait for race leader Rob Scott then just coming around this final turn for the last time this race. There it is. Had a bit of a battle with Luke Doherty to get himself up front. And there you go. There's the gap between himself and second place. Cutler comes in backwards and just in the background there. Wait for Old Crawler to come through to take that final position. So that's the sprint race done and dusted. We've got the feature race coming up now, which is half an hour. Same circuit, slightly different setup, and reverse grid as well. Top three carry over extra weight into race 2, so as a success ballast. So that might help Luke Doherty out a little bit in race 2. Cutler, Rob Scott and Pajonski will be carrying the extra weight into race 2. Five-minute break then for the lads. Luke, yours weren't the worst. Have a look at the replay and have a look at Duds' tyres. I don't know what he was doing. So, while we've got a few minutes, I'll just blam a bit of this. So that's the We Are Driven video. I'm going to be popping up pretty much every stream. Unless I'm told not to, but you know. Screw you guys. It's going up anyway. It's my stream. So the We Are Driven team are just a bunch of sim racers that have got together to help out charities, really. So if you've got a cause or a charity, get yourselves over to the We Are Driven page. Give us a shout and we'll see if we can get some weight behind your campaign, as we are for Archie's Journey at the minute. Well, we've also got a few minutes. Can I? Oh, I've lost it. Where's that gone? Come on. That lot. get yourselves onto that lot. Archie's Journey, We Are Driven, Bradley Lowry Foundation, all on Facebook. Go give them likes and all that sort of stuff, and then get yourselves over to justgiving.com/campaign/Archie's Journey and drop them all your spare change. Thank you very much. So that's what we're pushing at the minute. That's why you can see the We Are Driven logo in the top corner of the screen as well. That will also be staying there for the foreseeable future. Very true, Luke. Dud's saying setup must be killing his tyres. Well, something's killing your tyres, Duds. I know we're in Japan, but I've not even seen Godzilla tonight. And he's usually attacking the server rooms, not your tyres. Maybe it's Kong. Is it Kong? Has he come to take your tyres so you can swing on them? No, Mark, that doesn't count. Just popping up in PlayStation chat saying he had a big dinner. So does that count? Obviously carrying a bit of extra weight. Rob Scott. Give me the weight. Doesn't seem bothered. I'll take the weight and I'll still go for the win. Duds, what have you done to your tyres? Yeah, I don't know what you lot need to do. I don't know whether Cutler needs to copy his setup and send it you, but that man does not burn through tyres. Rob Scott did pretty well with his as well. Luke Doherty struggles. Luke Doherty, maybe you and Luke need to get together and have a little think about your setups. Who knows? I don't know how far you can go with the tuning on these. That's not bop on, is it? I don't think it's bop on. Balance performance off. No, so it is tuning available, which means the guys can fiddle with gearboxes and caster camber, things like that. So they do get to fiddle about with their own cars. Unfortunately, get the fiddling wrong, you see what happens. Makes your tyres go from white to red very, very quickly, Duds. Mentioning their names, obviously. Isn't it 1085 for Johnsky for third, 1097 for second, 1107 or 1105 for first. Cars are standard at 1,050 kilos, but as I say, top three carry extra weight. So I think it's P3 jumps it up to 1085. P2, yeah, there you go. Yeah, 1085 for third, 1097 for second, and 1109 for first. Ooh, Rob Scott. He was giving it the evil laugh, though. He was giving it the evil laugh. So, half an hour, reverse grid. Racing super softs to racing hards. Fuel wear has gone up, tyre wear has gone up as well, times 8 and times 6 respectively, but they do start with a full tank in the second race. I don't know then, Luke. Towing angle? I don't know. What's your steering setup like? Have you got your wheels set at like small turns, but it's actually doing big turns on the actual game or something weird like that? Because I know you can jiggle with all those settings. What are you running? Fanatec? Right, Cutler giving the shout to everyone. Let's go racing. Get everyone on track. 2 missing at the minute. One missing. There we go, all drivers in. Race 2, pretty much about to start then. Here we go, reverse grid. Half an hour at Suzuka short. No. No, Ryan, I shan't. Pray for your own damn tyres. So, Old Crawler 1958 is going to lead us away. Waldy in second, Duds third, Mark Parker fourth, D-Dot fifth, One-Eyed Lou in sixth, Graham Reed seventh, Luke Doherty eighth, Bajonski ninth, Cutler in 10th, and Rob Scott in 11th. Here we go then, lights are on, and we go green, they're away. Not a great start from Old Crawler. Duds is closing up that gap on him already. How they're going to get on into turn 1 in this race. Waldy already looking up the inside as well. And he's got it. Oh, tiny bit of bump between Waldy and Old Crawler, but he's managed to keep himself out front. Oh, he's gone for a little bit of a picnic, but he's got himself back on circuit and held the lead as well. Go on, Old Crawler. D-Dot has got himself into second. Oh, but Old Crawler's got it a little bit wrong through there, so D-Dot and Waldy come through then first and second. Old Crawler hanging on to third, but Duds is looking up the inside as well. Oh, there's could be chaos through here. Oh, Cutler's off. Mark Parker 7th, Bajonski 8th, Luke Doherty 9th, Rob Scott in 10th, and Cutler in 11th. Yeah, just saw Cutler getting 3 wide running through those S's. Very, very difficult to do. So D-Dot leading. It's still going to be a punch up round lap 2. Look at it. Look at it. Waldy second, Duds third, One-Eyed Lou in 4th, Graham Reed's 5th. Now, if Graham Reed has a race like he did in race 1, if he can push his way past these lot and get himself up front, he might be able to make a move here. One-Eyed Lou and Duds a little bit compromised, having to go defensive from each other. Can Graham Reed slot one past anywhere? Not looking good at the minute. He's going to have to hold on to this start-finish straight. So Bajonski 6th, Luke Doherty 7th now. Old Crawler in 8th, Rob Scott 9th, Mark Parker now 10th, and Cutler still at the back of the pack, unfortunately. Carrying second to most weight at the minute. D-Dot starting to pull a lead then, 2.3 seconds over One-Eyed Lou, who's got himself through into second. Waldy losing a position then. Graham Reed's getting himself through to 4th, looking at the inside of Waldy as well, not quite working out. Oh, Duds and Bajonski having a right punch up through the S's. aren't on fire yet, Duds. There's One Eye Lou coming through. Waldy, Graham Reeds, Luke Doherty all over the back of Pajonski and Duds' fight at the minute. And in the background, we've got Old Crawler still holding up Rob Scott and Cutler. Not having it easy, I'll tell you that. He's going to say, look, screw you guys. Oh, he's managed to pick himself up a little bit of a penalty, though. Still got the inside line as they head down towards turn 1. Cutler, both of them trying to get a little bit of a slipstream off him. Old Crawler then breaking into turn 1, ghosting out. So Rob Scott's managed to scoot through while the ghostings happened. Cutler's chucked one down the inside as well. So unfortunately, Crawler down to 9th. Under a little bit of pressure from Mark Parker. Waldy. Waldy. Why are you on the start line? Oh dear. I think we've had a connection issue with Waldy. Unless he's taken an absolute hammering off someone, but I've not seen it. Here we go then. D-Dot, 1.7 second lead from One Eye Lou. On the racing softs for Lou, racing softs for D-Dot. One Eye Lou's tyres looking beaten up. Graham Reed's got himself through to 3rd on the medium tyres. Got himself past Pajonski. Pajonski 4th, Duds in 5th, but under pressure from Luke Doherty already on the hard tyre for Duds. Medium tyre for Luke Doherty down the inside at turn 1. Duds just got a wheel on that AstroTurf. Managed to hold the back end of that car. Cutler then got himself through to 7th. Rob Scott 8th. Old Crawler 9th. Mark Parker in 10th. And unfortunately we've lost Waldy. It was 11th. And then he was on the grid. And then he was gone. So D-Dot not doing a bad job with those soft tyres at the minute. A little bit more wear on One Eye Lou's softs behind. He's managed to pick himself up another 0.4 of a second penalty. Pajonski 3rd. Graham Reeds is closing that gap up on him. 0.6 of a second, just in the slipstream range. Looking to close that gap up on Pajonski. Like I say, he was battling quite a way up the front in race 1 early on. Had the pace to stick with the top 3, that's for sure. Made a little mistake, dropped himself all the way back, but did crawl his way back to 5th position in race 1. So he just needs to get past Pajonski and One Eye Lou. Try and make a break for D-Dot. It's not going to be easy for Graham Reeds, don't get me wrong. So D-Dot, 2.2 seconds lead. One Eye Lou got 1.4 over Pajonski. Pajonski got 1.3 over Graham Reeds. Graham Reeds has got less than a second between himself and Luke Doherty. He's also pulling a Cutler 182 with him as well. Cutler up into 6th, Duds then 7th. You could be right, Duds, your hards are wearing faster than Rob Scott's mediums at the minute. Rob Scott in 8th, Mark Parker 9th, 5 seconds down unfortunately for Mark, and Old Crawler in 10th, 11 seconds down. Did a good job at the start, held everyone off. Did a little bit of off-roading too. Stretching his gap out a little bit. One Eye Lou has had his gap reduced down to 0.7 of a second between Pajonski and One Eye Lou. A little bit of a penalty still to lose as well for One Eye. And in the background we've got Luke Doherty coming up the inside of Graham Reeds for that 4th position. And there's me. Oh, Cutler, where are you going? Far too quick in turn 1. Almost grass track in there for Cutler. Didn't put it backwards though. Holds on to 6th, still on the tail end of Graham Reeds at the minute. Extra weight looks like it's compromising Cutler's corner entry. He's gone for the soft tyre as well. Medium tyre for Graham Reeds. Medium tyre for Luke Doherty. not too dissimilar to Graham Reed's tyres. A couple of those going to get a good read on Graham, a good run on Graham down here. Again, carrying that extra weight. Is he going to be able to break in time? Oh, Graham Reed just keeps the speed though. Cutler with that extra weight in the car. It's just slowing him down. Rob Scott through to 7th then. Dud's in 8th. It's Mark Parker in 9th. Old Crawler comes through then to take 9th. Mark Parker then 10th as he comes in the pits to get rid of those soft tyres. Johnsky, what are you doing? One-eyed Lou's got it wrong. Oh, the tyre wear's kicked in for him. So he's lost a position already. Johnsky's got some serious glitchatronics going on. There it is. So who knows if he's running wide anymore. Look, 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 look. Answers on a postcard, people. So Luke Doherty 3rd then, 2.6 seconds from a glitch in for Pajonsky. He's still got 1.3 between himself and Graham Reed. Looks like Cutler's chucked himself in the pits as well. Rob Scott's come through to take 5th. No, Cutler's just got it wrong. Down in 6th then for Cutler. Dud's 7th. Yeah, hard tyres look like this. Oh no, they're not. There's as much wear on those hards as Cutler's softs pretty much. You weren't lying then, Ryan. One-eyed Lou back out the pits then. Fresh set of racing mediums on board. No fuel for him this time. Old Crawler 9th. Oh, just keeps it on track through there. Mark Parker back out on track. Fresh set of racing softs for him to play with. So how are they going to play it? Are we going to see drivers run as much fuel as possible? Are we going to see Pajonsky's tyres wear out more than anyone else's because he's going sideways more than he's going forwards? Amazing. Luke Doherty almost comes in the pits. He almost got that wrong. Coming in for a fresh set of boots then. Graham Reed stops out. Rob Scott stops out. His mediums looking pretty good at the minute. Graham Reed's mediums, a bit more wear on those. Rob Scott tries to outbrake Graham Reed's into turn 1. Graham Reed says nope. Keeping that, thank you. Rob Scott putting the pressure on him on the exit. Graham Reed will keep the line into the S's. Cutler not stopped yet. Up in 5th. Dud's in 6th. His hard tyres got a little bit of wear on. D-Dot's chucked himself in the pits now. Pajonsky has carried on through, has he? Yes, he has. On those worn softs. Graham Reeds comes through to do another lap as well. Still under pressure from Rob Scott. He's not managed to get past yet then. Rob Scott is going for it this time though. Down the inside, a lot closer this time than he was the previous lap. Through into 2nd place. Yet to stop though, Rob. He's gone for the medium tyre. Can Rob Scott take the win in race 2 as well? So Pajonsky, current race leader. Are we going to see him in the pits this lap? Nope, he's going to stick it out and do another one. Obviously happy with his 56s. He's got 6 seconds over Rob Scott now in 2nd. Again, both of these drivers yet to stop. Graham Reed's yet to stop. Cutler's chucked himself in the pits this lap. Getting rid of those soft tyres. Dudds comes through then. Again, not stopped on those hards. D-Dot, who's come out on the set of Super Softs. We'll see how long they last. Just starting his first flying lap now. One Eye Lou has gone for the mediums, put a couple of laps on those. Luke Doherty also stopped, put a fresh set of mediums on. Mark Parker on the softs in 8th. Cutler still being refueled, just getting released now. Is he going to come out in front of Mark, or side by side? Mark just coming through to take that place. Cutler then pushed down to 9th for the time being. Old Crawler in 10th, fresh set of hards on for him. Unfortunately, yeah, we've lost Waldy. Still 5.7 second lead for Bajonski, even on a beaten up set of soft tyres. Rob Scott on a semi-worn set of mediums, doing all right. Slowly closing that gap down on Bajonski in front. Graham Reed's again yet to stop on those mediums. Sitting in 3rd. Duds in 4th, yet to stop on his hards. And D-Dot, the first of the stoppers. So should be able to get himself back up onto the top spot when the 4 drivers in front come in. He's also just put in fastest lap of the race on those Super Softs, 55.099. Is anyone going to be able to drop it below the 55s, get into the 54s? They might do when they come to the end of the race with no fuel on board. Everyone's stopping out, but D-Dot has already closed the gap on Duds. There's only 1.5 seconds between them. So back up front, Bajonski losing a bit more time. Rob Scott's got the gap down to 5 seconds. So the wear on Bajonski's softs just slowing him down a little bit at the minute. Rob Scott's mediums won't be helping him. Stops out for another one, Bajonski. He's going for a one-stopper, it looks like, as is Rob Scott. Oh, just gets himself 2 wheels on the grass. Doesn't spin him round, but probably lost him a bit of time. Yeah, 0.3 of a second, nearly 0.4. Graham Reed's also yet to stop in 3rd. He's got 9.8 seconds over Duds in 4th. D-Dot. D-Dot's almost out of fuel on those supers. And he was closing up on Duds. So he holds 5th. One Eye Lou comes almost out of fuel as well for One Eye Lou in 6th. Hope you've played this right as well. Not very long laps, but you've got very little fuel on board. So Luke Doherty 7th on the mediums. Half a tank of fuel on board. Cutler in 8th. 2.4 seconds back. Similar strategy, a little bit less fuel. Oh, Cutler's gone for a set of Super Softs as well. Oh, almost running it wide there. Mark Parker 9th. Graham Reed's in the pits this lap. Old Crawler still 10th, just coming out on a fresh set of mediums for Old Crawler. D-Dot in the pits again this lap, taking on board fuel. Bajonski still out. Tyres absolutely devastated, still holding 5.4 seconds from Rob Scott. Rob Scott just got to get himself past Old Crawler. That's going to be slowing him down a little bit through these S's. Old Crawler nearly getting himself. Don't take out current joint race championship leader joint with Cutler, Rob Scott. In the pits now then for Rob Scott. 13 minutes remaining. Bajonski also in the pits this lap. Duds coming through this final turn on the hards. No, still out. Still got 1/4 of a tank on board as well for Duds. Right, where's Luke Doherty coming through now? Just under half a tank. Racing mediums on. 12.5 minutes remaining. Cutler in third. Let's just see if Rob Scott or Podjonski get out in front of him. Just been released from the pits now. There's Podjonski. Rob Scott looking down the inside as soon as they leave the pits. Oh, wrong way. So Podjonski's gone for 3/4 of a tank, fresh set of racing softs. Rob Scott has gone for the super softs and only half a tank. So looking to push hard on those softs early on. Maybe make enough time up to get himself back in the pits for a splash and dash if he needs to, or just make enough time that he doesn't have to come in at all. So here's current race leader, 6 seconds out front from Luke Doherty. Again, there's going to be absolutely nothing left on those by the time he's finished this race. Would expect him to stop. He's not going to be able to do it on 1/4 of a tank, I don't think. So 5.4 over second place Luke. Podjonski then third on the racing supers. Sorry, the racing softs. We've got Rob Scott on the supers. Again, taking on board a lot less fuel than Podjonski, so his car's going to be running a little bit lighter, but he might just have to hold off on full throttle so he doesn't use all that fuel. Like I say, I'm not too sure whether it's going to last him. So Graham Reed's 5th, fresh set of racing mediums. D-Dot in 6th, so he's fueled up now. Fresh set of racing mediums for him as well. 18.2 seconds back, unfortunately. One Eye Lou 7th. He's on the soft tyre, 3/4 of a tank. Cutler 3/4 of a tank, fresh softs. Mark Parker 9th. Bit of wear on his supers. Looks like he's got enough fuel to go to the end. And Old Crawler in 10th still. Fresh set of racing mediums and plenty of fuel to make it to the end. Oh, a little bit of a nudge. Oh, and a bunny hop from Old Crawler as Cutler comes through. Here is race leader. The gap all the way down to 1.4 seconds between himself and Luke. Podjonski then third. Rob Scott still 4th. Graham Reed looks like he... Oh no, sorry, that's Mark Parker in the background. Graham Reed is 10.4 seconds back. Right, here's the battle for the lead then. Luke Doherty looking for a way past Duds. It's a half-worn set of mediums versus a very worn set of hard tyres. Luke Doherty actually doesn't have much fuel on board, to be honest. Less than 1/4 of a tank. Can he run it round the outside of this turn and hold it? He has. Chucked it up on. Oh, he's not been able to carry the speed though. Podjonski's managed to get back through. Oh, sorry, Duds has managed to get back through, which has brought Podjonski right back into this mix. And Rob Scott. Oh my God. It's a 4-way fight for the lead now. Then Luke Doherty up front by 0.2 of a second as they head down into turn 1. Podjonski gets himself through to second. Rob Scott third. Duds, unfortunately, on those beaten hards, pushed down to 4th. So Luke, his fuel tank just starting to flash red. Podjonski, plenty of fuel on. Rob Scott, plenty of fuel on. So that's going to chuck Luke out of this fight for the lead. There's Duds just losing time to the top 3 now. Graham Reeds, he's only 9.5 seconds back and closing. Plenty of fuel to go to the end. D-Dot 6th, again running to the end. Cutler 7th running to the end. One Eye Lou running to the end. Mark Parker running to the end. Well, unless they come in for tyres. Mark Parker's looking a little bit beaten up. Those super softs. Old Crawler in 10th then, also running to the end. Luke Doherty still holding on to that lead, but only just. Rob Scott running around the outside. He's taken the lead off of Luke. He's done a great job of those supers as well as Rob Scott. Plenty of fuel on. Luke Doherty's going to have to come in the pits this lap. Pajonsky's just got himself through anyway. So can Rob Scott make that slightly lighter car and the better gripping car work for him now versus Pajonsky? Luke Doherty in the pits. We'll have to see where he comes back out. It won't be doing his race any good. Graham Reeds then comes through to take third. So 10.5 seconds in front of him, 10.6 sorry, to Graham. Sorry, to Pajonsky. Doherty just hitting his pit lane there then. D-Dot coming through for fourth. That gives Graham Reed 17.3 seconds. Plenty of time. 6 minutes remaining, just over. Can he hang on to third position for Graham Reed? D-Dot then fourth. Cutler up into fifth. Luke Doherty back out the pits in seventh. He's just been overtaken by Duds, who's also stopped on a set of supers. Sorry, Luke Doherty's come out on the supers as well. So we'll have to see what happens between these two. One Eye Lou coming in for a set of tyres right at the end. Is he going for the supers for his last stint? Mark Parker, he's gone for the softs. And Old Crawler still on those mediums. What's One Eye Lou come out on? No, he's gone for the mediums. Half a second penalty as well he's got to lose. Rob Scott just starting to break away a little bit from Pajonsky then. Half a second between them. Stretching a tiny bit through these S's. Can Pajonsky hang on to the back end of Rob Scott? Don't want to be losing the slipstream down that start-finish straight. Oh, it's just clicked over to the 0.8 second mark. Izzy still in range. Just, only just. He is closing the gap up. Closes right back up on Rob Scott through turn one. Old Crawler just trying to stay out of the way again. So still 3/4 of a second between these two. 4.5 minutes remaining. We've got a pretty beaten up set of softs versus Rob Scott. So let's go and have a look. His semi-worn supers. So the gap jumps up to a second then. Rob Scott is starting to pull away from Pajonsky. Closes a 10th back down there, but you can see Rob Scott just gets a better drive out on those supers. Pulls another 10th on Pajonsky out of the final turn. So Graham Reed still 13 seconds back. D-Dot is closing the gap. It's down to 16.4 seconds. With just over 3.5 minutes remaining. A tough job for D-Dot. Cutler though, fifth. He's only 2.2 seconds back. He's got a Luke Doherty only 2.7 seconds back as well. Slight mistakes from D-Dot or Cutler. Could help Luke Doherty out. He's managed to get himself back past Duds. Both drivers came out on a set of supers, but Duds look a little bit more beaten up. I think he did a lap, maybe two more on his tyres. So can they use them to close the gap up on Cutler? Just heading into the S's there. 2.4 seconds the gap currently. Cutler is closing that gap up on D-Dot as well. 1.7 seconds. So if Luke can keep the gap to Cutler and Cutler's closing the gap to D-Dot, that means Luke and Duds will also close the gap up on D-Dot. But his race leader, he is pulling away now. 1.5 seconds over second place Pajonsky. Winner of race one. Supers just working for Rob through these S's. Gap almost up to 2 seconds as they come back onto this start-finish straight. Graham Reed's lost another second. He has only got 2 laps to do now though. What are we, 157, 56? Maybe squeeze 3 in. So D-Dot still 15.5 seconds back. Cutler now less than a second. It has just jumped back over a second. And yes, Luke Doherty closed that gap from 2.4 down to 1.7. Pulled a tiny bit of a gap from Duds as well, so might just be dropping the attacks from Duds behind. Gap down to 1.6. Who's that that's just run massively wide through there? Who was that? Who was that? Where are you? Where are you? Oh, is it Old Crawler? Yes, it is, through turn 1. Again, I think he's just trying to stay out of the way of these guys as they come through. .4 seconds now. Rob Scott over Pajonski. Less than a minute remaining on the race clock. Graham Reed's then third. D-Dot 14.7 seconds back. Still under pressure from Cutler. Luke Doherty has closed up again, but I don't think it's going to be enough before the end of the race. Cutler is all over the back of D-Dot as they head down here. So this is going to tick over to final lap for these guys. Whether it does for Rob Scott and Pajonski. D-Dot goes a little bit wide through there. Cutler looks to slot one up the inside, but D-Dot's going to hold the inside line as they head into the S's. Duds has got himself back past Luke Doherty. I'm not sure whether Luke's got it wrong or whether Duds has clipped him. I don't know. Cutler looking for any way past D-Dot at the minute. Let me try not to miss race leaders going across the line. Oh, D-Dot getting pushed wide by the looks of it by Cutler. He comes home to take 4th though. Duds takes 5th, D-Dot takes 6th. So D-Dot compromised right on that final turn as we just watched the race leader come around the final turn for the final time tonight. And there it is, flash of the lights from him. He comes across the line to take first. Pajonski, good effort, mate, but look at those tyres. Second place for you. Graham Reed's going to come home for 3rd. Although being put under pressure by One-Eyed Lou right at the end there, it did look like he was closing up. It's not gained him any positions, but still good bit of racing. So Graham Reed's going to take 3rd, Cutler 4th, Duds 5th, D-Dot 6th, Luke Doherty 7th, One-Eyed Lou 8th, Mark Parker 9th, Old Crawler 10th, and we lost Waldy unfortunately. So that was round 2. Yeah, the minis always makes some good racing. Let's just see what's happening in the chat. Thanks for the raise, yeah. Not sure how D-Dot's going to feel about that final turn move from Cutler. But yeah, all looks good so far. What are you saying, Luke? Oh, is that what happened? Is that what happened? Is that what happened? Oh. Yeah, you were looking good, but yeah, obviously ruined it yourself. I know you could have had Cutler and D-Dot. I know, I was saying you were closing up on both of them, and then nope, and then you weren't. Oh well, that's racing, Luke. That does happen. So that was round 2 of the TANSO Racing CHewitt Racing Mini Cooper Cup. come back same time next week and check it out. I'm myself and back tomorrow night at 8 o'clock for the Clash of the Teams, team versus team event. Yeah, it's an early one, 8 o'clock. Make sure you don't miss it. Lobby B I'm covering, so some of the We Are Driven team, I think a couple of CRT boys, I'm not sure who else, IGTSH, HKRT, yeah, there's a few. So that's 8 o'clock tomorrow night. No GR3 Team Oliver racing this week. We're going for a mid-season break. So nothing Wednesday. Back Thursday with the new Mazda Touring Car League with the P1 boys. So that starts 9 o'clock on Thursday. Friday night we're back with the new GTTCC. No problem, Pajansky. That starts at 9 o'clock as well. So that's GR4s. 2 races in that one. 2 half-hour races. I think it's 20-minute quali. One free choice of car and the other car is chosen for you, which is the Subaru. So that's Friday night. Nothing Saturday, and then we've got, what have we got? We've got the Ford Focuses at 8 o'clock on Sunday, followed by P1 boys at 9 o'clock with their multi-league Archie's Journey special. I don't know what car we're in this week or which track, to be honest, but it does change every week. So we've had all sorts, Fittipaldis and GR3s and GR2s. There's going to be all sorts coming up. I've had Civics. So that's 9 o'clock Sunday, and then yeah, back 8:30 for the next round of this. So I hope you liked what you watched. If you have, get yourselves over to buymeacoffee.com/dartsmoker. Drop a little donation on that if you can. Appreciated. Yeah. Other than that, give it a like, give it a subscribe, tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.
Yeah.